Your journey is your video game and how many accomplishments you want to have within it and what level you want to hit. And my level of gaming and the things that I do, even with my 73-year-old father, that I have to carry through some activities these days, but is still an amazing player. No matter what part of the journey to Salesforce you connect with gaming, I believe that the biggest thing that hooked me in the beginning as a gamer was the fact that I went into Trailhead, very gamified, right? I get badges, I get accomplishments, and all of a sudden I started to find myself going, you know what? I'm enjoying Trailhead like I enjoy video game. How do I turn this into my certification and my career? So I attacked Trailhead like I attacked a video game. Let's take, for example, you aren't going to work every day. And instead of getting up and playing video games all day, you get up and you Trailhead all day. At the end of the day, what you didn't get from the video game that you did get from Trailhead is the benefit of the knowledge to just make something more of yourself, right? We can kill aliens and explore planets all day long in a gamer world, but Salesforce provided this little tiny aspect of a gamer world for us to go into and say, hey, come over here. We like gamer skills. We like that drive, that accomplishment, that you want to earn a badge, you want to do amazing to just increase your level in our system, right? And that kind of went hand in hand with the game that I was playing. But the only difference was this was real life, and these real life gamified kind of situations led me to Salesforce as a whole and Talent Stacker to really show me, here's the admin route. But what really is available to you is all of these different adventures you can go on. I'm definitely dating myself by saying pick an adventure book, but Talent Stacker was my book. The adventure inside was Salesforce. The video game is the adventure. And this book I opened up just let me make mistakes, let me fail. But in the end, I got to the end of the book and I'm pretty happy with the outcome. More than happy with the outcome. My background isn't even IT. Both of my parents retired from the Postal Service. So my mindset was, you got a good job, you stayed there, and you just retired from there, right? So by all means, I lucked out and I won the lottery and I was able to get a job at Anheuser-Busch. I came on just basically as QA, and then they saw my mechanical skills and I ended up becoming a fabrication engineer and a line mechanic for them. Worked there for 7.5 years, lost my job to foreign trade, right? Had a guy come in for a big crew meeting, and he came in. He's like, hey, I just want to let you know, you guys have done a great job, but we're going to be putting the chains on the doors here in December of 2012. Instead of me taking the full severance deal, I took a partial severance and a school package. They gave me 130 weeks of schooling as a dislocated worker at a major university. So they paid for my gas, my books, and they gave me salary, 80% of my salary to live off of while I was in school. Awesome, right? How could I not go back? How could I not take that, So here I am walking onto Ohio University campus at 32 years of age. I've already got gray hair. And I'm getting called pops. I'm in these big auditoriums and I'm learning computer sciences. I'm learning C++, electrical engineering. They give me 130 weeks to get my act together, basically. That's an associate's degree. And I ended with an associate's degree. And here we go into Best Buy. So absolutely no background in IT, right? I end up at Best Buy Geek Squad. Basically direct IT customer facing, I clicked on Joanne Fabrics too many times and now I got spam viruses. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, my manager, she was amazing. She came up to me and she goes, "You got to get out of here." She goes, "You just got to go. Wherever you need to go, you let me know and I'll tell them that they need to hire you." Right? So I ended up at a call center and I was taking 60, 70 calls a day, right? IT calls for basically retail side. So everybody that's opening shop across the US was calling into my center and I was helping them reboot their, point of sale system every morning. That was my job. I literally rebooted point of sales and rebooted passwords, yada, yada, for 10 hours a day. And that once again led me to a manager that was like, "All right, listen, I can't take you anywhere else here, but I will vouch for you wherever you need to go." So I'm like, okay, each one of these little stepping stones is getting me across this river of IT. And then from there, I landed in a project style role with daily stand-ups, supporting infrastructure, integrating Microsoft. And I became kind of an enterprise Microsoft guy. For years, I became a Microsoft enterprise guy. I'll be honest with you, I was starting to mature in my IT career at this point, right? And I was looking at Microsoft and what they had to offer me as a future. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't see a lot of future for myself there. Not a lot of creativity, not a lot of future, a lot of certifications that just kind of took me nowhere. And I'll be completely honest with you. The pandemic and work from home situation put me in a position where, my mother survived cancer. She's high risk. My fiance is also high risk. And we started to integrate back into the office. And I had been at home so long, right? And I realized, how beneficial working from home was for me. And believe it or not, before it even came to the point where I left, 8 months, I wanted to let you, this is what I told my manager. I go, "I'm packing up my family. I'm leaving. We're going to Maine. We're going to live outside of Bar Harbor. We're going to have the view of a lake or an ocean. And I'm going to be able to slide my kayak in on my lunch breaks." Right? She goes, let me talk to management about it. Right? So 8 months later, we're starting to migrate back into the office. And let me tell you, one of the most uncomfortable 7 seconds of my personal career in IT happened in a meeting that was to tell me how awesome I was doing, right? At the meeting, it was like, "Oh, you got this raise, you got this raise. You've done so well this year, So at the end of the meeting, I go, "Hey, did you get a chance to review me moving to Maine, here in the next 6 to 8 months?" She goes, "Yeah, they unfortunately said no." And then there was just this, all right, just this moment, you know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, I walked out of the office that day and I came home and I had a long thought with myself. Less than 72 hours later, I had submitted my 2 weeks. No backup plan. I had already known about Salesforce. I was a part of the integration into the company that I had previously worked for. So I left, right? Dove straight into Trailhead. I'm a gamer, so 120 hours I cranked out in a matter of weeks because I'm not working now, right? I'm just at home, trying to figure out what to do next. And then, I'm going down this admin trail and I'm exploring and on YouTube, I'm a big YouTube guy and I see Bradley Rice's mug splattered across a YouTube video. I click on it. I listen to him. I'm like, okay. All right. So I watch a couple more videos. I track him down on LinkedIn. I'm starting to learn about the Ohana. I'm about 3 or 4 weeks into me leaving my prior position. I'm like, all right, they obviously know what they're doing. I'm going to sign up. So I signed up. I get all my program information, I'm going through everything, and I love the deep end of the pool. That's just the kind of guy I am. I'll just, if I can't see the bottom, it doesn't matter. I'll dive deep head first in and figure it out on my way up. So I just dove head first into the program, and oh my gosh, where to start with the things that you get out of it. What changed for me before Christmas is the fact that I got a small opportunity to work in a creative area of Salesforce called Marketing Cloud, to create some email campaigns, some journeys, to be able to kind of create imagery and marketing on my own, even because this person didn't have a marketing department. So I was kind of just winging it. And we worked together, and it was fantastic. All of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, you know what? Salesforce administrator is fantastic, right? That's a fantastic journey, a super, super hungry area right there for tons of companies. I go, you know what? I'm getting older. I'm becoming my own antique, and I need to find my own niche area. I'll be honest with you. I kind of fell down this Salesforce Marketing Cloud journey, and man, there's not a lot of material out there, first of all. So I can't recommend this journey to somebody unless you've got a shovel, a pickaxe, and everything you need to do, because there's just not a lot out there. Okay. It's a barren wasteland of just random videos and boot camps and, Udemy's and whatever else, right, to get through it. But that's the decision I made, because I like the deep end of the pool. So I picked up my shovel and my pickaxe. I got my first certification after my last rejection letter. And then 8 days later, I double certified. This is why everybody was on Christmas break, enjoying the new year. I double certified. I went back to my LinkedIn profile again. I went back to my resume again. I followed, the direction of Talent Stacker on just what I really needed to highlight in my resume, what needed to be at the top. As soon as they opened up, they're like, all right, well, this guy's double certified. He obviously knows something, from the background standpoint, whatever. He obviously knows how to get to where he is now. So let's see what he's got, right? The new year started, and I kid you not, I never had to apply for a job again. I probably had 11, 12, 13 interviews lined up in the first 3 weeks of January. And then, believe it or not, in the mix of all of these interviews, I stumbled across Revelant, and they offered me an opportunity to be an instructor in the Salesforce Marketing Cloud ecosystem. And you know what? I didn't know how to even bring all that in at the time. And it took some time to reflect to see that I have been instructing people for years. It doesn't matter if it's a password reset. This is how you make a shortcut on your desktop. This is how you navigate I've been instructing people for years, and I just never realized it. And to have the opportunity to ramp up as an actual certified Salesforce instructor with Revelant, to teach and share my journey with other people in the Marketing Cloud environment, in game. I canceled every other interview. I told Raj, you let me know. You just let me know when you're ready for me, and I'm ball game. So I got to meet a couple other instructors before I came on board, and that just sealed the deal more. I'm only 3 weeks in, and this journey is amazing for me. As soon as I'm out of work, I'm a gamer, right? I'm with my buddies. We're raiding, we're pew-pewing, aliens or whatever it may be. But at work, Salesforce brings out this excitement that I just can't contain. It does. just this, it's hard to even put into words, to be honest with you, because once you're in, and then you just build from there.